Hey everyone, just got off work. I'm wore out. Today is Tuesday, January the 24th. If you're not part of the team, be sure to subscribe. Join us here. We're just here waiting for Jesus and know He's coming. Okay? But subscribe, hit like, share the videos. We do a lot of Rapture and Dreams. If you have one, it'll be in the description. You can send it to us anytime. Anything that's going on around your house you think's odd, take pictures, video, send it to us. We accept everything. We're just looking for signs that Jesus is coming. We already know He's coming. We already know He's at the door. But we know it's getting quicker and quicker. The birth pains keep growing and growing. As a lot of you have probably heard by now, there is a warship sitting right off the East Coast, armed with hypersonic nuclear war missiles sitting off the East Coast. So a lot of that's going on. They've spotted them around Hawaii. I mean, there's so much going on right now. And now they're talking about sending JETS to Ukraine, things like that. Gotta be careful what I'm saying now because they're starting to hit me with everything here on YouTube. I guess I've got to the point where I'm big enough where everything is flagged, as you would say. But there's a lot of good stuff going on. We already knew this was coming. We already knew. We've already discussed it. People's been dreaming about it. They've seen it in visions. We know what's happening, and we know it's close. I mean, I think February, from what I have seen, is going to be an interesting month if we're still here. There's going to be a lot of chaos happening. Last night, I dreamt of a major cyber attack. I don't know where it was, but it was something that happened, and it really affected everybody. I don't know if it was to do with the banks or what. I don't know what it was, but I remember. I mean, I seen it plain as day. That it wasn't like huge, but it was enough. I don't know if God's using it as a landmarker or what, because we already know there's going to be a major earthquake happen too while we're still here, and that's coming. And we know that a mysterious submarine does some very naughty things off the East Coast. But I think that's the one that happens right before we're raptured out of here. But there is some events I do believe will take place before. The earthquake is one of them. That happens on the West Coast, mainly to San Francisco. That's what Jesus told me in the dream. So I've seen that happen. How big that earthquake is, I don't know, but it was pretty bad from what I've seen. I didn't get a good glimpse at it. All I know is I saw rail cars collapsed and stuff like that. I just knew the place looked like a war zone, and I was like, what is it? What am I looking at? And Jesus said, this is San Francisco. Then I knew after that, the next event after that would be New York, Boston, places like that. That's what I heard in the dream. Not saying YouTube, I know. I'm just saying that's what I dreamt. So you got to take it as you can or want. But like I said, our time here is very limited. So make sure you read your Bible 1 hour to 2 hours a day. Get to know Jesus. Spread the word that Jesus is coming. That's what I come on here 4 times a day to basically remind you. I'm your Jesus reminder of today. That Jesus is coming very, very soon. He's at the door. He's not coming a year from now, 2 years from now. He's on his way now, and he's at the door. So know that our time here is limited. But do your jobs, go about your business, but be awake. Don't be asleep. Stay on the ark. And if you're not part of the ark, get on the ark. Call upon Jesus here in those last days. Call upon him, and he'll come. And if you believe that he died for your past, present, and future sins, that he did all the work. No works can get you into heaven, only through God. Through Jesus himself can you get into heaven. Once you understand that, you have faith in it, you're raptured, ready, and you're sealed. Okay? And right now, that's where you want to be. You don't want to be asleep right now. Right now is not a time. And I was talking to Bonnie last night. I said, you know how many disciples would love to be here right now? They all wanted to see this. And here we are. We're very lucky enough to be in the day that Jesus is going to rapture the church. And then 7 years after that, the second coming will come, and this world will be judged for all the evil that it's done. And it's done some quite evil things to a lot of people, especially through 2020 to now, and they're still doing it. They're still trying to do these things, and they're coming after the ordinary people like me and you. But like I said, it don't last. Their time's over. Understand this. The political, all that junk, that's all coming to an end. All of it. Because Jesus is going to part that sky very, very soon. I mean, and these people know their time. I've told you before that basically the government knows the rapture's coming. That they're preparing for it. That's why you got your bunkers and all these different weapons. I mean, they're preparing. And people don't really understand that, but they do. They know. Why do you think we're demonetized for even talking about this stuff? Think about it. They know. The top officials at the Pentagon and all these places, they know there's a rapture, and they know it's coming, and they're preparing for it. But you got to think, Lucifer and all his armies around the world, they honestly think they're going to win this war, but they won't. But they think they are. So, and Jesus will keep letting them believe what they want to believe, and they'll believe it up to the end. And there's a lot of people, even in the church, they're completely blinded, totally asleep. Because I've always been convinced that they just don't want Jesus to come because they love this world so much, they do not want to give it up. And many of them will. I mean, I'm talking tons of the church will not want to give this life up. I mean, they go to church every day, but they don't want to go with Jesus. They don't want this life to end. That's why they're so asleep. They don't want him to come. But see, that ain't going to get you anywhere. Because he is coming. The world's going to end. There's no stopping it. There's no getting away from it. This life as we know it is ready to come to a crashing end very, very soon. Very, very soon. If we have months, I'll be surprised, and I don't think we do. So make sure you get out, talk to people, tell them that, hey, this is all coming to an end because, like I said, they're all asleep. Some will listen to you, some won't. Don't waste your time on the ones who won't. You move to the next one. Because they're not going to open their eyes because it talks about it. Jesus said they'll scoff, they'll laugh at you in the last days. They will never believe that Jesus is coming. Just like it was the first time. Here we are doing it again. Noah was screaming it, telling everybody there's a flood coming. They all laughed at him, and only 8 people were saved because nobody would listen. And there'll be a narrow window this time. There'll only be a few. There won't be a whole bunch. Because the path will be narrow because people won't believe he's coming. They won't be looking for him. And if you're not looking for him, you're going to be left. Be awake. Don't be asleep. Do not go back to sleep if you've woken up. Make sure that you stay awake. And if you don't see or hear from me again, I'll see you in heaven.